you got a word. What you learning everywhere, you're going to be something else. Because you're more focused than you think you are. And I see in my spirit that you put things away. Like, I ain't even listening to this. It comes into your head and you put things away because you know what it is. God is teaching you on a level. I mean, you're learning things that people who 40 years old don't have. Yeah. There's a reason why you're here. God orchestrated all of this. But within that, God uses your spirit to train you because of what you go in your destiny. So let's give God a big hand. As you were speaking this book, the Lord was saying, there's a lot of things that the enemy stole from you. But it's done. It stops. It's done. It's not going to happen anymore. It might look like it's happening, but that's just playing. You know, somebody take a rock and throw it at a window, you can hear it. You even get startled, but that rock didn't touch you. No. So the things that even are happening now that you're watching, God said he got that under control, and he's going to pay you back for everything people stole from you. Amen. That's the word for you. And coming in this time to do this conference was all set by God. Yes. It was all God's plan. And because you came in, God is taking away some things from you. But God also said that be watchful and be more focused. Because some of the people that he's sending around to you, some of them are thieves and some of them are good. Yes. So he'll show you how to take out what is not good and keep what is good. Come on, let's get back to this. I'm going to tell you that the teaching is really good. When you talk about, and we're going to climax and things, and we're going to take one or two questions. When she talks about, everything she said was so powerful. But don't allow, because you've been abused, because abuse and rejection works together. Anybody who's been abused, you're going to have the spirit of rejection. Don't allow that to bring you into sexual encounters, meaning that you really don't have to have sex if you're not married. Amen. You really don't. That's a choice, like she said. You can make that decision. You can say no. I got a condom, no. I got this, no. Well, I need to take you to a movie. Well, if you can take me to a movie, fine. But if you think that you take me to a movie, you're going to have to sleep with me, yes or no. How many of you know you can go to your own movies? Yes. I used to go to the movie by myself. Yes. So yeah. If there was a movie going on, if I didn't find nobody to go with me, a girlfriend or whatever, I went to the movie by myself. Yeah.
We went to the movies together.
Find a girlfriend that you can go to the movies with.
That's right.
Don't let those boys mess you up. Because they messed up themselves. Start to invest in yourself. Yes. But then she was saying, if it happens for some reason and you get pregnant, whatever, don't have that shame. I spoke last week and I said it, and I've been talking about it on Facebook. I was in shame for years because I thought that I had made my family shame, my parents shame, community shame. I didn't know that God was going to use that for his glory. Amen. So she explained very well, but I just wanted to just say a little bit, just be careful. And then some of you are in school with some of your friends that really are either runaways or they want to run away from home. Mm-hmm. A lot of the young people now, if you go on Facebook or you go on the social media, a lot of you see a lot of pictures of these girls or even the boys that are not home. Their parents are looking for them, but I notice it's more girls than it is guys. Yeah. So a lot of these children, I pray and I ask God, where are these children? And I know a lot of them probably might be involved in sex trafficking or whatever, but a lot of them have been runaways. They're runaway. They're leaving their homes. They're running out. They're running with their friends. They're running with whoever is trying to invest. They think investing in them, investing negativity in them. And so they go from place to place. So you all may be able to reach some of these people at your school. Come on, somebody. Yeah. Be mindful of runaways. And don't even think about leaving your house. Stay with your parents until it's time for you to what? Leave. Come on, somebody. Come on, give God a big hand clap. So, anybody got any questions that they want to share, and then we're gonna pray. We got a few minutes, so we don't have enough time. I want to hear from the girls. I really want to hear from the girls. If you have some questions, and I have to pray for some people, and go from there. Anybody? Any one of you got any questions?
You can ask me. Go ahead.
For any one of us, if you got questions?
This is a safe place. I'm just trying to think, because I feel like I do have one.
Okay.
I have a question. Do any of you young ladies have vision boards or created any vision boards for yourselves? No, I do. Okay. Take that time out to create your vision wall. Not a board, a wall. But you got your whole life of vision. So take a spot in your bedroom, make that your vision wall. That's your whole wall. Whatever your vision is, you put it on that wall. Because that's going to carry you throughout your whole
We're not talking in the mic. Thank you. If I want to hear you for my own self.
Yeah. Create your vision wall. Not a little board. You want that wall to be full. Because you guys are so beautiful. You got so much vision. So every time you have a vision, find your cutout, whatever picture of that vision, find it, put it on your wall. So every day when you look at that wall, you know what you need to be doing with your life. When somebody piss you off, when somebody make you mad, go to your wall and say, this is my vision, and I'm not going to let nobody take that vision from me. Okay? There you go. I do have a question.
Yes.
For you, Miss Brooke.
Now, when you did go through with what you went through when it came to like early pregnancy, or whatever the case like that, during that time, how did you try to help yourself to not feel guilt, to not be sad? What did you do to try to help yourself during that?
Good question. I wore her ear out. Literally. I wore her ear out. How come you don't love me? I'm pregnant. I'm so happy. He should be happy too. Look at my body. Look at my breasts. Look at my face. I wore her ear out. We were pregnant. I have about maybe 4 or 5 friends I'm still friends with today. Truly, Nada. It's just 4 or 5 of them. I wore their ears out. And then, of course, I had to make myself really listen to my mother. Because I was at an age where she, I had sex. So I'm this new person. I had, I felt independent. And I wasn't even 21. I had to make myself believe what she was telling me. I had to take a step back and get humble and listen to my 4 older sisters. Because I was trying not to listen to nobody. I would say I'm almost grown now. I'm about to have a baby. It came to a point where I had to really listen to my female friends, and especially my mother and my 4 sisters, and even my grandmothers. My friends, they didn't know as much as I did. We were kind of just growing up, but my mother, I had to make myself trust and believe what she was saying to me again. Because as a kid, we do. But then at this age, we kind of think we know stuff. I had to take a step back. And I did. I took a step back, and she was telling me I was beautiful, that I could still finish school, that I could still make it, that I'm going to be okay. Look at her life. She made me take a look at her life. She told me some secrets that I didn't know about her. And I had to believe it and do it. So I started wearing maternity clothes. I was so happy to be pregnant and to be alive because I listened to my mother. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy listening to my elder at that age, 20s. It just wasn't easy. But I had to do it in order to be confident enough to walk down the street pregnant, unmarried, and still a teenager.
And that's what helped you?
I had to get off my high horse and go back to being her daughter, because I had stepped out of line. I was wrong, staying out late at night, doing all kinds of stuff. But I wasn't quite a runaway, but I still was out of order. I had to get back in order. And she didn't beat me or talk bad about me. I had to make that choice at that age. And then all shame was gone. Once I was back in alignment with my mother, God, he just provided everything else. It just all worked out okay. And like I said today,
Honor your father and your mother.
honor thy father and thy mother
That day
is
should be
real.
gone.
But at this age, it's hard to listen to the elders. It really is. But if you do, the payoff is worth it.
And to piggyback on what she was saying, I mean,
She wanted to get on the birth control, took her to go get the birth control, but it was too late.
Is she telling too much?
Yeah, I'm telling too much. But anyway, going back to what she has that type of mother, she had that type of mother that was so loving and so caring. When she went to her mother, I remember the exact words she said to
I like
her.
what you said. Her mother was so loving and caring.
Never
It
talk
made a
about
difference.
Her mother
And I
Because
was
a lot of people don't have loving, caring mothers. So that would make it
that
hard.
was the main factor.
Yeah.
And her mother was so soft-spoken. She just looked at her and said, okay, honey, so now what you gonna do? You gotta keep getting up. You gotta keep making it. You gotta keep that smile on your face. That was her mother. And she listened to every word. And Sharon never was ashamed to be 16 and pregnant. She never was
Is this girl
ashamed.
still trying to tell my age?
Mine was 15. Mine was 15, Sharon.
I'm sorry.
Mine was 15, and mine was, I wasn't even home.
Oh wow.
I was
That's
pregnant.
even worse.
And I went to another country for school.
Oh.
And my parents didn't know. So where we went, you could come back for vacation, like every 4 months. But for some reason, I stayed there for another 4 months. Everybody in the school thought I was just chubby, because I was always this chubby person, so I always wear my clothes like they didn't know I was carrying a baby. And by the time I came back to my country for vacation, my mom gave one look at me, and I kid you now, my mom is a nurse, because a nurse is always a nurse. She was the director of a whole big hospital. So if she had known that a little earlier, what would have happened was going to be a what? Abortion.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that would have been an abortion. You know, now I'm noticing.
But her choice.
Yeah, it will be her choice. I already know that, because we're in Africa. So yeah, I'm noticing that between the Democrats and the Republican, it's all about the abortion. That's what they got on the face now.
Yeah.
One person saying abortion should be diminished, and another person saying abortion should be okay because a choice. Do you guys hearing that? That's between the Democrat and the Republicans. That's what they got on their face. But when you look at it according to the Bible, we shouldn't be having abortion because we're killing a living being according to the word. But that's still a what? A choice.
It's a choice.
It's still a choice, you know? It's still a choice. So what I'm saying, as a pastor, I wouldn't tell somebody if they came to me that go have an abortion. I will say, make your choice. Pray and ask God and make that choice. Because you can't say that. But hers, at least she was different. Mine was so different, that's where the shame came from. Because I felt like I let them down. I didn't give them the choice to know what was going on, to make that decision as a parent.
Yeah.
By the time I came back, it was time for me to have a baby. And the whole time I was pregnant, you're talking about 8 months. And the whole time I was pregnant, I wasn't taking no prenatal vitamins. My mom had to keep, I remember when she kept calling the nurses, you got to bring some vitamins. I started having vitamin, and I kid you now, when I had my baby, he was 8.5 pounds. All fat, healthy, not no vitamin for months. Ain't that God? That had to be God.
yeah.
And you know, and so that's what happened. And my son, like she said, around here, she know my son. Everybody know him around here doing everything else, you know. But I'm telling you, God kept that.
God is the best.
And I didn't even have him in a hospital. That's another place.
On top of everything.
That's on top of everything. Because now, mind you now, we in Africa.
Did you have a girlfriend?
I didn't have no girlfriend. My friend that I had, that's even worse. My friend that I had, when I got pregnant first, she was trying to help me take it out, abort it. She was as young as I was, and she's trying to tell me how to do it. And she said, all you gotta do is mix this and mix that, and you drink it. And she said, I did mine, it came out, I mixed it and drank
We
it.
gotta do part 3.
Yeah, we will.
We need to do part 3,
Yes,
right?
we have to. We are, we're gonna, and
Because
we're
I'm
gonna do it.
gonna tell y'all how I was a friend of her when she got pregnant.
And part 3, we're gonna have it so different, because what's happening right now, I got all these dozens of women calling me and saying, Apostle, I want us to do this again, I wanna be a part.
Maybe we
So
can
when we do it,
too.
what?
Virtually, have a virtual
Yeah.
aspect.
When we do this next time, we're gonna do it on a larger scale, and we're gonna have more time. We might not even do it here. We might have more time, and we might have more people, and it's gonna be off the chain. So
Y'all
it's
think
coming
so?
up next year.
Y'all wanna tell some people?
Yes. So, mind you now, this happened where I didn't even have my son in the hospital. It was a midwife that did the procedure.
Wow.
This is what I taught about years after, Sharon. I'm thinking, what if it was a complication?
You and the baby could be gone.
All of that.
But God. But I'm going to tell you what I did. Where I was living, because I wasn't living with my parents, because they took me and put me somewhere else. So where I was living, every night I carried this. Every night I was praying. Every night I had my Bible. Just like this.
Oh, yeah.
Just like this. Praying. And God helped me. Amen. Let's give God a big hand.